Hello there, everybody. I'm Mr. Game & Pie, and this is Let's Play Sonic Adventure Part 7. Last time, we did things with Tails. This time we do more things with Tails. In fact, this time we'll probably finish all the things with
Sonic,
Tails.
wait here for a second.
Scary. It will get close at least, I can guarantee that.
Yeah. He only has, like, one level left.
Yes.
But like a bajillion cutscenes in between there.
Exactly.
And like 3 mini-games.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay, anyway. Yes.
Sonic, hop in!
The only thing, and this is the only shortcoming in the entire game, is that even after completing Sky Chase, both acts, we get to do that exact same thing again.
Yeah.
Like, identical.
No, it's exactly the same.
Exactly.
There are literally no differences.
Mm-hmm.
So with that
Speaking of
said,
differences, though.
Austin has something prepared for you people.
Hopefully. Let me just, let's see, I'll just get my list all set up here, and,
This is why I brought him along, everybody.
So, if I haven't made it perfectly clear yet, I started playing this game with the Dreamcast version back when I was 4.5. I don't even think the GameCube version came out until, like, 4 years after that, I don't think. However it may be, though. The really interesting thing is that when Sega released Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube, they basically just took the same exact game, refined it a bit, added a couple more features, tweaked a couple level designs, changed the ranking systems, and changed the translation error so that a sign instead of saying danger said warning, and then proceeded to just sort of shove it out as a completely new game. When they turned around to take Sonic Adventure and do basically the same thing, though, they decided that since Sonic Adventure was a bit more dated with the game, they would rebuild the game from the ground up. Thus, Adventure DX, which is more or less going to come to be known as the definitive version of Sonic Adventure, changed so much from the Dreamcast version. So, I'm going to list off a bunch of things to fill time.
Yeah. Lists, that's what you come to my channel for. No, literally, that's probably what you come to my channel for. All I ever do on this channel is exposition, pretty much. And yell about hamsters and Kirby.
Oh, words. So, list time. Alright. So, the first thing to note about Sonic Adventure DX is that there is actually a debug mode for the game, which means that they didn't port anything. They rebuilt everything from the ground up again, which is really quite cool. However, on top of this, they basically, instead of just refining a bunch of stuff, they rebuilt the models from the ground up, so every single character looked different. They basically went with designs that fit more in with what they were eventually going to put in the Sonic Heroes in a couple of years, and that became more or less the driving idealistic force, or whatever you want to call it, of the entire remodeling of the game. You'll find that a lot of the textures are also redone, such that, for example, the Station Square train station used to be red, now it's green. And the train itself used to have red stripes, now it has blue. And just so many changes like that all throughout the stage that honestly make absolutely no sense. But that's okay, because the entire game has now redone that. All the characters now also have fingers, which is very important.
We'll probably get into more differences whenever we get to the other Sky Chase.
Oh yeah, I've definitely got that saved up. That has a quite comical one actually, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yes. As for now, we finished Sky Chase Act 1, and now we get flashback because Tails became unconscious.
And decides to relive his favorite childhood memory.
Because, I mean, like, apparently he was hanging out in this forest area way back when.
Oh look, a penny!
And then all of a sudden, Sonic the Hedgehog!
Sonic stole my penny!
And he already had his jet anklet all the way back then.
And Sonic had a random turquoise bracelet and was wearing different shoes and...
Sonic was moving really slowly.
I'm not even sure how to feel about this scene because there is no dialogue. I almost feel like Sonic is just sitting there brooding, oh, why is this kid here? Why doesn't he just leave me alone? Why is he...
And Tails isn't flying either.
Yeah, he could fly alongside Sonic and have a much more companionship type thing instead of just Trot, 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 trot.
Because, you know, that was at least one thing that I always liked about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, is that they always had Tails flying by
that
Sonic.
dream brought back memories.
You know, they always had him flying around. And that was
I
one
owe
thing that
so
I
much
didn't
to
like
Sonic.
about Sonic X, is that he never flies!
Oh, he always flies! The X-Tornado!
Yeah.
Always
Like, seriously,
flies.
that's Tails' main ability. He flies around with his tails, and they don't have him do it at all!
Wonder where he went.
Yeah, actually.
Sure hope
oh,
he's
wow.
alright.
Did they ever have him
Tornado's not
fly
powerful.
at all?
I don't
in-
think so! I never remembered him flying.
If I'm
I
gonna
mean,
get that egg carrier,
he
I need
became
to
the
finish my
tech guy with
prototype.
Sonic Adventure, so I mean, I can sort of understand
It
that.
needs a
but
Chaos Emerald
Wow.
to
To
work.
never have him do his signature ability?
Looks like I better find one fast.
maybe they were just confused on how to animate that.
Dude, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog figured out how to animate that.
Well, that was also a much more squishy form of animation.
Like,
You know, when you've
seriously.
got harsh anime lines and all that, I'm almost curious as to whether or not Tails will actually be flying at all in Sonic Boom.
Wow! There's
If
a
he
Chaos
doesn't, then that'd be a
Emerald.
severe problem. Especially considering that he flies in the game. Like, at
That
least,
is true.
at least Sonic X had the excuse that by the time that those, you know, the episodes were coming out, Tails wasn't really flying a whole lot in the games at the time, because he was in the Tornado in Sonic Adventure 2, and, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog didn't exactly have him flying at the time, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But,
He can
you know,
punch in Shadow the Hedgehog, I believe, actually.
but, you know, like, in Sonic Boom, the games have him flying, so if he doesn't fly there, then that's just really weird.
Fair enough.
Alright, so this
Such
is a
a good
minigame.
intro.
This is the second minigame of the video. We're
this is
we're
what-
going to have more.
This is what I mean by the whole balancing out the aspects to Tails' story, because we now have 3 minigames in a row with absolutely no mention of stages whatsoever. So, and
No,
to
no,
top
this,
it off...
we haven't gotten to the third minigame yet, Austin.
Oh, well, like we're not gonna make it there. But I mean, like, and to make matters worse, Ice Cap was just a snowboarding section. So we had a snowboarding level, a plane level, a snowboarding level, and a plane level, without an actual stage in between.
Yeah. Fortunately, the stage that this is all building up to is the best stage in the game.
Yes.
And I got
Well,
36 on that, which is pretty good.
Both of the stages that this is building up to are some of the best in the game.
Well, yeah, I
would
guess
say
there's the
some,
boss battle at
because-
this stage. I think I did pretty well on that minigame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and then a Tikal flashback.
Right.
Can't forget about the Tikal flashback.
To call induced PSD. Or not PTSD, there we
I
go.
thought I was in a desert.
I don't think that's how PTSD works, Austin.
Ah, Blinky Light reminds me of when I was in the past. With drums. And,
This happened, right? Anyway, here's an upgrade. Tails is the only character that gets an upgrade in this area of the game.
You found the rhythm badge.
It's
To
also
do
required for
continuous
moving
tail
on.
attacks, hold the action button down.
I
You can go to
remember
progression.
I got stuck
Yeah.
here for a while in this part
Oh,
of the game
same
because I
here.
couldn't find that. And I didn't know I was supposed to find that.
The servers are the
You were just
seven
talking to
chaos
every single
emeralds.
echidna, and half of them just stand up to you and go, "Grr,"
Yeah.
while
Basically.
shaking their head
Hello, my
wildly
friend.
and
How are
simply
you?
talking.
What were you saying before?
Huh.
Tails used to call it
It's
very
something my
differently.
grandmother taught me.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, but then there's a thing, Austin.
I'm never to
Okay.
forget it.
The
Oh.
game considers to call the playable character in these
The servers
cutscenes.
are the seven chaos.
Now, as we all know,
Chaos is
because
power.
the
Power
cutscenes are
enriched
different for
by
every
the
character,
heart.
essentially we see the
The
game
controller
from that
is
player
the one
character's
that
perspective.
unifies the chaos.
So in these cutscenes, we actually see
But
the
I'm still
world
not
from
sure what
Tikal's
it all
perspective.
means.
This is furthered by the fact that in all the
But the number
flashbacks, if
7
you access the moon jump code or whatever it's called,
the
you
same
can actually
as
make
the
Tikal
number
jump
of emeralds
rather than
there are.
characters
Emeralds?
like
Well, yeah,
Forgive
that's
me,
mainly
but
how
I
we
don't
know
think
that
we've ever
Tikal
met
is the player
before.
character
I'm
here.
Tikal.
Yes.
And you are?
Which is awesome and probably not at all intentional, but that's okay. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. So basically what you need to know is that whenever we see these Tikal cutscenes, you're not seeing them from the character's perspective like Sonic or Tails. You're seeing it from Tikal's perspective.
And
that's
her friends back in time.
Her friends.
And she gets to talk to them and whisper sweet nothings in their ear while blinking light bulbs, so I consider that friendship.
And friendship is magic.
Therefore, time travels.
Weird. Now where was I?
Weird is one way to describe that,
the
Tails.
Chaos Emerald. Perfect.
One way to describe it.
I'd also like to just point out just how random
This will get
Big
my tornado
gets in
suit
these
up
stories.
and ready to
He's
go.
just standing there next to Perfect Chaos for no reason. He lunges at Tails. Does he show it up at all in Knuckles or Amy's stories?
I feel like he might show up as a background character.
Oh yeah, you can walk up and talk to him as every character, I believe, at different points in
The
his
time
story.
has come
or
at
their story,
last.
rather.
This new plane should work a lot better. I've ironed out
But
most
yeah,
of
by the time that we
problems.
get to him, it'll just sort of be like, what?
So, here it goes.
He literally has nothing to do with the
Do your
story.
stuff.
Say what you will about Gamma, he wraps up quite a bit of the story. Big has nothing to do with the story!
Not at all.
Froggy should be the playable character.
Yeah, I guess Froggy has something to do with it, considering that he ate, you know, tail.
And a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
Tornado
But mostly
2.
Chaos missed the
Clear
tail.
for takeoff. Away we
I
go.
do wonder what would Chaos look like in all of his forms with his tail intact.
He kind of had a tail as Chaos 4, but we're gonna just ignore that for now.
Well, that was a fit.
Where would his tail go on that? He'd just have a giant scorpion tail coming out the back of his...
No, he would have tentacles.
Woo!
There you are. Dead ahead. The egg carrier.
So he's literally a sharktopus.
Yeah.
He's literally the sharktopus.
There's Sonic. Sonic!
All right, Tails.
I'm okay
Way
with
to
this.
go.
It's like
cool.
Chaos 4 is like the miniature version of Perfect Chaos.
Sonic the capsule. Sonic the capsule. You skipped it. The animals are still inside there, Sonic. Go back. Go back.
Now what do you say we nail those
He doesn't
guys?
care. He's
You
too cool to
got it.
care.
Hang on.
Ah, Sonic lied.
So Austin, it's time to talk about more of those things that were cut out.
Okay. This one's actually kind of interesting. During the Sky Chase acts in the Dreamcast version, they actually loaded up a separate model of Sonic. It was actually the beta model of Sonic they were working with while trying to find a better model design type thing. And while the artist was working on it, they just used a Sonic R model. So, during the tornado chase sections here, you actually get to control Tails and Sonic's Sonic R mods.
They don't look like they're Sonic R models to me, but okay.
Well, that's because you're also playing the expert.
Oh, so you're talking about the Dreamcast version.
Yes.
Alright.
When they redesigned everything for the GameCube version, obviously they just worked from the ground up anyway on the actual designs, so they just used the Sonic model in terms of what they design. However, in the Dreamcast version, it was just one of those things that they never actually finalized, was that, for some reason. So, you play as the Sonic Arm model. Oddly enough, though, when Tails transforms to Tornado, they load up the right models in the cutscene, but I guess that's also the cutscene and not the actual game.
Yeah.
Which is a different character. Really kind of interesting stuff, though. The other thing that's strange, though, is a lot of times they took out random sound effects that were will replace random sound effects. Dare I say,
So far,
always
so
better.
good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
Tails, whenever he flies in this game, he's got a yeah, right?
Yeah.
For me.
It's a much higher pitch yeah in the Dreamcast version. Knuckles, whenever we get to him digging, has that thing he does. I think originally he just like yeah or something much less awkward sounding. They changed Amy's sound whenever she uses her hammer, and I think they changed a couple sound effects for Big.
Why would they do that?
For one thing, when you finish a level with Big, he drops Froggy, right?
Yeah.
In this version, they actually happen for the 2 levels where he drops Froggy. Actually say, oh no, now what am I gonna do? When he does his dance. In the Dreamcast version, he didn't do that. He just started dancing and then didn't have Froggy 10 seconds later. So,
well, at least they provided some kind of explanation.
Some kind of explanation for that. I guess another thing kind of like that is that during the Egg Viper boss fight, for some reason, and I still don't understand this at all, when you fight the Egg Viper in the Dreamcast version, when the camera zooms in and then pans around the Viper, you actually hear Eggman laughing really creepy, like a or something like that, almost a King Dedede kind of laugh.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose, has nothing to do with anything, but I don't care, it's creepy, and therefore good. Which
Very
is
good.
Fantastic. As far as other changes go, I don't really think there were anything too major beyond that. They added in the ability to play as Metal Sonic if you collect all of the emblems. They added in the Black Market in the Chow Garden. They redesigned the Tiny Chow Garden rather than the V&V Chow Garden. That was actually really fun. And lots of textures changed for no reason. And I think that's everything. What timing!
Yeah!
Coming in tight.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there's also no railing
We gotta
in the
land on
opening
the
scene
egg
with
carrier.
Eggman. Anyway, go ahead.
Oops,
I completely
we
forgot
got a
about this.
problem here.
What now?
I forgot to
Oh,
put in
yeah,
a
I was gonna
landing
say.
Whoa!
Are you sure? Tails only has 4 level? What are you talking about? Yeah, we got time for at least this one.
Wow, this thing is really huge.
No
So,
time
yeah.
to gawks on it.
We've got
gotta
a
find Amy.
long way in Tails' story now.
You're right, pal. Let's get busy.
It's been a whole episode and a half.
Yep. Well,
Can you just feel the arbitrariness?
well, I feel like that's a good place to stop this episode, guys.
Actually, I agree.
Alright, so, I've been Mr. Game Pie,
I've been Austin Dog Sugar.
and we'll see you next time in Let's Play Sonic Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
See y'all later.